Thank you for clicking on the video and all aboard. So, we're back at this. Today we'll be wrapping up the last of the cutting. We will be done. And we can clean this up. I did a test. The stuff in the silage field is ready for raking. You blackbirds, you should be picking up gophers. Because look at this. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know if it's just we're particularly blessed. So I did a strip across the field, one of these passes. I think it was that one. 67 molehills. Now it wasn't even the full half mile of the quarter. It was maybe a third of a mile. 67 of these gopher molehills. And if you don't believe me, take a look at that. You start counting. Just in this 100 feet. So yeah, I've been coming up with designs for bait stations. So I put one up there on the hill, out of the way. Put in like 3 fence posts, and then put like an old def drum. Cut the bottom part, make a tray with holes for access, and put poison, like poison grain or whatever, or even rat poison. And put them throughout the hay fields on these high spots next to where they do most of the digging. Like, honest to gosh, like it just takes the fun right out of this job. Because you either got to clean the header out, or you got to slow right down and then let it clear the knives, because if not it just pushes the grass in front of the header. So I'm going to do a few more passes around the corner here, and then I have a spot up on the road, and then we'll be done. And we'll probably be either raking or poop spread. Probably raking. So I want to get this hay made up. We're supposed to be good right through till Sunday. 30 degrees on Sunday, and then on Monday night we have a frost advisory, so figure that one out. So I'm going to go and knock down some more molehills. Well, old fella, you did not bad. We did plug a pile of money into you, but you did no bad for another year. It does like to drag stuff along. I'll give it a big cleaning when I have a bit more time. Oh, I feel bad. So I did the bottom field, and then I had some roadside up there to do, and then there was some cleanup where the new fence went. And I thought I knew how many fence posts I had still in the cattails to clean up. Well, apparently there was one. Yeah, there was one hiding. Now these things are not very strong. Yeah, I got pushing on that post pretty good. Dang it! I'd done so well to keep this straight. Compared to the spearheader that I picked up, the shields are quite bent. This was straight. Dang it! Anyway, I think I'm gonna go poop spread. It's too windy to rake, I think. Because it is kind of from the southwest, so it would start moving the stuff around. So at least maybe I'll go and hook it up at least. Well, I did not expect to be doing this so soon. I figured I would be raking straw first. But yeah, I was down here getting my truck, and I stuck my hand in some of the heaviest parts, and she's dry. I can still some juicy green there, but it's literally tearing apart. So this hot snap seems to be curing it down really fast. We're getting some good breezes too, so that's kind of a bonus. So I'm going to get this first section all raked up, And at that point, it'll be supper time, and then I'll go baling straw after that. And then if the next batch is not ready for raking, then I can rake the straw. But can't argue with that. Yeah, at the end of the season, I've got to take, there's one of the hoses that goes all the way to the back, and it's the one that pushes the wings out. It's leaking in like 3 different spots, so it's probably an original hose too. So it's got to get replaced for next season, and then there'll be a bunch of teeth as well, because I know there's a couple broke already since I did the big rebuild. But look at that, we'll make some bales. Back at her. So we weren't quite halfway across this paddock, but we're fully 2/5, we'll put it that way. So I'm hoping if I can get right at it tonight, we'll get the most of this paddock done and then be ready to bale up the stuff that got rained on. It is in better condition tonight after it's had a dew on it. Seems to be not smashing up just as bad. But we'll keep hammer down. Best way to describe that stuff is if you run it through the straw chopper and then you raked it up into a row. Literally see it pouring out of there like water. And when I back up and you can see what's left on the ground, it literally like it went through a chopper. See, if you look at the ground, it's just covered with little short bits of straw. That's the problem. Any of the bales where the net wrap tears at one corner or something, the bale just starts coming undone. It'll literally just explode. So I'll be glad when I'm done doing this field. Especially this, I've only got 2 more passes up and down the field, and then I'm done with this stuff that was after the rain. I think the stuff that got rained on but was combined before the rain, I think it'll bale up nicer. Plus it'll be softer, so fingers crossed. Anyway, I'm going to finish this row and then I'm shutting it down because it's 10 o'clock. Well, following a green swath for a change. Beautiful bales. Really great quality, good color. Man, if we were selling this stuff, whoo! Of course there's the one bale. We call it the Kevin bale. For whatever reason, this pulls that one strip of net wrap off and makes it just look like the one that got away. Yeah. So I'm gonna bale up this little corner here. It's too windy to rake, and I don't want to go baling straw till after supper. And tonight we'll probably see, hopefully, fingers crossed, the straw done. Because the little bit that I have to do, and that was on the last paddock, and then the stuff that was rained on, I don't need to rake it. But what stuff is at the bottom that might be sort of damp, the rest of the straw is really, really dry, so it'll be fine. Because they'll sit out there for a while anyway. And yeah, so get on with this. And yeah, you can see the wind has been blowing the swath around. Awesome. hate how these Fords, if you're not in the low box, it's jumpy when you let the clutch out. So yeah, it is yielding up really good. So I'll let you go. Back in the straw. So I'm going to show everybody this before it gets too much more dark, because I think people think I'm exaggerating when I'm saying the 568, those John Deere balers are wonder balers, because we're baling confetti. You think I'm being hyperbolic. Now the stuff over there that didn't get the rain on it, that was combined earlier, is in better shape. You can kind of see there's a taller swath right there. It's in a little better shape, but everything beyond this direction is like this. So you can see I have not touched anything. It literally looks like it's been through a straw chopper. If you went behind like a conventional, like a CX 680, and run it through the straw chopper and then raked it up afterwards, yeah, that's a rotary cat combine, class combine for you. Absolutely pulverized, but making bales. Most of them are pretty damn good bales, and for the most part, the reason that the bales are not pretty, like there's one there, it's not so much the baler and it's not so much the straw's fault, it's some of the lacings. That's why we're changing all the belts this winter, because we've got some of the lacings are starting to break. Of course, there's none of the big joiners are right here. Yeah, none of them are back here. So yeah, some of the rivets are starting to break, so there's little sort of like sharp edges on some of them. And if they happen to be going past the net guide as you start a bale wrapping and it grabs that, it'll just peel that part off and you end up with a fugly. Like that one right there. Doesn't happen too often, like maybe one every 30 bales you'll get one that's kind of fugly. There's not many out here that we won't be able to pick up. Maybe half a dozen that are just they're not going to make it off the field, so they'll just end up going poof. So come back to baling. Okay, so on to these. Yeah, just kidding with you. Okay, they're wondering what is going on. Well, what is going on? And no, we're not going poop spreading. Yeah, everyone's thinking, what is it? Tractor's got a flat tire? No, it's just a hole in the ground right there. I'll have to put like a half a load there. So yeah, this is the spot that I need to get Billy to drop a load of shale in. Load here, and then we're just gonna stretch it out and through that gateway, and then we're gonna be putting a whole bunch of loads. So probably gonna get about 20 odd truckloads in here. I was hoping once this dries up a bit I can lift it, because it was just liquid. I've got to remember to get the new box top for this. So yeah, we got to rebuild this gateway, scoop that one out and rebuild that one as well. But my plan is in the next week or so I'm going to put the grader blade on the back of the orange tractor, and I want to get this whole back road leveled so it runs away that way. So I'll get it backed up to the wall into the shelters. That way the water stops doing that, and we'll do that. So problem I have is when the other wall blew down, I hammered the new posts next to the old posts. So what my plan is, and I started doing it with a skid steer, is if you stick the bucket in the ground, you can actually poke the broken posts out So here's another one. And there should be another one in here somewhere. And another one here. And there should be one there. So I'm going to pull this guy out and relocate him. This is one of the new ones that Big Tubby Max broke. There's the old one, so I'm going to try and get that one out as well. Because I got a whole bunch of... they might be... No, I think these ones, these are the 6-inchers. So I've got a bunch of 6-inchers to go in here. Because that one's only a 5. I really should replace that one, and I probably will, because it's a gateway. It's in there stout though. But I want to get this done soon. The ladies away in the distance. We finally got them to realize that the other end of the field had not been grazed yet, so they went down there last night. Me and Mrs. Piper Doug went for a romantic evening, and we all know what romantic evenings are in the world of ranching. Checking the coos, checking the fences. So we got some walls to repair, and yeah, I've got my stunt double, Liam. Says he wants to come out tomorrow, and he's gonna group bales for me. Oh, I got that to fix. That's why we're rebuilding the inside wall of the shelters. Instead of that windbreak paneling, we're gonna put those 2x8 rough boards in there to stop this happening. It's pushing the wall out. That's unfortunate. What we're doing right now, because I'm not going poop spreading, I actually want to be raking hay. As I've got to clean this out, because I want to, well, I'm being told by the boss lady that Squeaks and Eddie have to come out here with their babies and get out onto the grass, which is kind of true, but I want to get this cleaned out so this can dry up, because we are rebuilding this gateway, this whole area, so that'll get shaded that way, and this is getting hollowed out, and Billy's going to drop a couple of loads of shale in here as well. Because this is actually quite a high traffic gateway when it's being used. And yes, I am building a proper gate for this winter. Got to go and get a load of inch square tubing after New Year, when we're into the next tax year, so we can get the numbers going. Because that's what we do. We do a whole bunch of purchases and expenditures for the end of the year, and then for the new year we start the new expenditures to offset the cab sales, business wise. So I'm going to clean this out, and then we'll see if those mamas and babies want to go. So, yeah, like I said, so Liam is going to come out. He's going to go to the hay field, I think, is what we're starting with. And he's going to group all those bales into packages for the big trailer. And then, depending on how far he gets with that, he might start on the straw bales too, but I think he'll be at that for a while. So, anyway. Let's get on. Yeah, the one thing that I've learned is a 12-wheel rake is just wide enough. So I can let the center pin up 2 more slots to let the wings go out, but as soon as you let the wings go out anymore, you're shallowing up the angle of the rake. So I haven't tried that. I don't know if it would maybe more unlikely to jump over stuff, but I haven't needed to yet. But she makes making good bales. So one more pass. So I brought you back because of the irony here. Down here on the what is like silt bed, flat part of the field, and the ground has got lots of moisture. You look at how much is being raked up versus up there on the hilltops was huge swaths. And here it's thin. Now yeah, this was last cut last time, but it was last cut this time. So it's rather odd why it's very chintzy. It'll still make a couple of bales, but... And yeah, the other thing is we probably could still make probably another 10 bales cutting and raking up the headlands, but it is not worth it. With the amount of molehills, gopher hills, whatever you want to call them, in the headlands, it's just crazy. So we're just going to leave it. What we will do is next spring, I think the plan will be to go rent that leveler roller from Verdnag and come out here and smash these down and just get a nice smooth hay bed, nice smooth groundwork ready for next season. And yeah, because like over here, like up ahead, I don't know if I'll keep you around till we get to there. There's some massive, it must be either badgers or foxes or something. Like the holes are so bad you have to slow down because they'll literally tear the wheel, the caster wheel off of the rake if you hit it full speed. And there was a group up there, wasn't even paying attention, I was that busy looking at the coos across there. I hit it and the tractor so bad, there's another big hole right there. Hit it so bad, the tractor tipped up. It got the tractor flipping so badly, it tipped the tractor up. Which is not good for a guy with a bad back like myself, but I used to hit the clutch as quick as I could. But yeah, like I said, not a lot down here, which is odd, considering this is very fertile ground. We did grow, that really tall Sudan grass. We grew that down here 3 years ago. When we had corn, the last crop of corn, which was not fertilized, not sprayed, the guy custom seeding it didn't calibrate properly and ran out of seed. So yeah, we went and grabbed a couple of bags of Sudan grass and planted it down here, but it was a bit of a failure because they got away from us. And yeah, we couldn't cut it, so we ended up grazing it. But see, in through here, if you look at that, like just not so crazy bad digouts. Just destroyed. So yeah, unless I manage to find unless I manage to find myself a chunk of like railroad track. There's another one right there, big hole. Missed it. Yeah, it'd be nice to make like a drag or something. That way I could, because I've got a cultivator up in the bale yard, if I could drag it around and then have like a drag behind it. The cultivator blades would break up these hills and then the drag would level them out. So that's this field. Yeah, I only left the snow catchers up until halfway down the hill. So, there's more. So I am going for coffee. Huge molehill. And then I might start baling this. I'm going to check and see if the south field's ready for raking. Yeah, there you can see the south ravine's already starting to come back. So, guys will love that. I'm still going to do the up and over fence wire power lines on these gateways here and pull all these old fence posts out, but not high in the priority list right now. Anyway, yama 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 yama. Back to the hay. 25, so it's not that hot outside, but the sun is really powerful today. The UV index is probably quite high. So inside a glass box, it feels horrendous. So hopefully tonight we'll see the end of the wheat straw. And then tomorrow I probably won't bale hay because it's supposed to be 30 something degrees tomorrow. No point in making that, just, you know, do that after supper when it cools off. What I can do is go spread poop, because the old tractor at least has open door AC, so get after it. Well, as far as I can see, I've got 2 more rows left in this paddock, and then I have 3 or 4 more rows left in the first paddock. Man, it must have been a bit sticky when they were seeding in here, because his seed hawk has duals on the tank. Woo! Okay, so hopefully tonight is the last night of baling straw 2024. Man, they're pretty bales though. Like I said, this is the difference in this straw that was combined up before that rain and the desiccation really got bedded in. Because look how nice and proud those swaths are, and it bales up super tight. So I'll probably keep these paddocks separate from the last paddock in the bale yard, because I'm sure that last paddock, that stuff that's like really fine, I guarantee you when it goes into the bale processor, it'll just disintegrate. So probably what we'll do is we'll stack those and keep them for a year, and then that way hopefully that stuff will sort of soften up, and then it might bond a little better, and we might end up using it for feed blending if we do up silage next year, which fingers crossed we do. Okay, I'm gonna get baling, we'll bring you back. Well, sadly it didn't get the whole straw field done. Turns out there was a pocket of about 20, maybe 15 acres of swaths up behind some sloughs up at the north end that, in the dark, got completely bypassed when I was working my way back and forward across the field. So between the rains and jumping back and forward, this chunk got missed. So that's what I've been doing all night, is dancing around all the sloughs and potholes up there. On a wet year, that field has 23 potholes. On a dry year, it has 2. So, yeah. Now, the bale count has gone up, so I only have a small amount of rows to do now in the faraway paddock, but I wasn't going to do it. It's 10:15 now, and I wasn't going to go start chasing those faraway rows down in the dark. I'll get them after supper while it's still a bit light, and then I can get back to the hay tomorrow night. Tomorrow's supposed to be right roasting hot, so I'm probably going to just spread poop in the middle of the day when it's hot. I don't think I'll even bother raking because it's supposed to be windy and hot. So I'm kind of nervous about those swaths blowing around that are out there right now. So, right now, on that half section, we're at 766 straw bales, and I'm not done. So we might get close to that 800 bales, which that would be great, because that would literally be good enough for 2 full winters. because we still have a couple of hundred oat bales kicking around, so we normally like to have about 450 to 500 straw bales around. We also like to make windbreak walls with the bales too, so that's where most of these bales will go when we start wrapping the corrals, when we do weaning and then get ready for winter. So anyway, I gotta get inside and get washed up and edit up your video and make sure there's no mistakes. Thanks for watching, everybody. I do appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out at the Shire. Oh man, this old tractor is gonna need a right good service. Oh, there's my baby powder. And for those who are not in the know, if you own John Deere balers, you need to have baby powder for net wrap. Oh, stars. Not that you'd be able to see it through an iPhone. Yeah, the old tractor needs a nice set of new fluids for winter. Oh, and these balers are getting rebuilt this winter, so don't worry about that. Just got to do a couple of hundred more bales there, old girl. Oh, that baler there has, I think I said before, it's got 27,500 bales on it. That one had 21,000 when we got it. It's got, I think the monitor says we've added 3,000 bales to it. So right now we've done more than 2,000 bales this year. So anyway, oh yeah, we're into the new pallet of net wrap. I just picked it up this season from Verdun Ag. For all your ag needs, go to Verdun Ag, call Guy. So yeah, good pricing, very good material. Not a lot of this stuff left in the country. Thankfully, I bought it ages ago. I just hadn't gone and picked it up, and thankfully Guy hadn't sold it out from under me. He knows I'm kidding. So yeah, whew, a lot of bales. Anyway, tatty bye everybody. See you in the next video.